Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is an action/thriller from France, French language English subs, released in the year 2020, directed by Julien Leclerc, and this film is called Earth and Blood. So Earth and Blood is about a man named Saeed. He's a very well-liked man. He owns a family-owned sawmill business. He has his deaf daughter who works for him, and he has employees that are very loyal to him. So Saeed one day is given the devastating news that his cancer has got worse, and now he only has a few months left to live. So he's thinking of the future of his daughter especially. So he wants to sell the sawmill to a potential buyer with the promise that the potential buyer is not going to fire any of the employees. So the sawmill the money he gets from the sawmill is going to go directly to his daughter so that she can make something of herself when he is gone. So this guy, Saeed, he has a special connection with a worker. Now this worker is a young man who's just out of prison, but Saeed thinks that he's just a victim of his environment. So put in the right environment, he can be a success in life. So this worker, he's very, very hard at what he does. He likes Saeed, Saeed likes him. So the connection is there, but unfortunately for Saeed, he doesn't know that this kid is still connected in the crime world. His brother is a drug runner for this vicious crime lord. Now his brother has actually stolen drugs from the crime lord, and he's told this worker to stash the drugs inside the sawmill, unbeknownst to Saeed. So when the drug lord finds out what's going on, he tortures the brother into telling him where he put the drugs, and so this is basically the start of a nightmare for Saeed, because he has to protect the sawmill, but at the same time protect himself, his daughter, and this worker, because these crime lords are going to dish out their own sense of brutal justice. So whether or not Saeed can, is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Earth and Blood. Julien Leclerc is a director that I've heard a lot about. I haven't actually seen any of his films, but I've heard him floating around on the French film industry circuit. So he is a director who is known for action films. He directed a movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme called The Bouncer. Haven't watched that yet, but I will get onto it. I've got that on DVD. So it's a director that's been floating around, but I just haven't got the chance to sit down and actually watch something from him. And so when I heard that this is on Netflix, I thought, why not give it a shot? It's not a risk. I haven't bought it. So it's definitely one of those occasions where I was hoping that this is a movie that I'd be excited about. And although I wasn't overly excited about Earth and Blood, I was still very impressed by the level of competency that is Julien Leclerc. Is that this is a film that goes for 75 minutes. So ultimately, it wants to be an action film. And so an action film in 75 minutes, it can't get bogged down in character development. But I still found myself really gravitating to these characters because this was simplicity done at a very intelligent level. Now what I mean by that is that actions speak louder than words. You can say all you want how good a character is, how good a person is. You can say that he's suffering from cancer or that he's had so much hard luck in his life, then you get a sympathetic quality towards a character. But if you have too much melodrama, that can really bog a film down. So what Julien Leclerc does so well in this movie is that he just shows characters doing good things to each other. Is that this Saeed, immediately when he's told that he's dying of cancer, he doesn't become a victim. He doesn't think, oh, poor me, feeling sorry for himself. Immediately he's thinking of his daughter. He wants to set his daughter up, and he also wants the future of his workers. So he's a very selfless man, and this is done in a very simple way, so it doesn't waste any time whatsoever. The continuity is always flowing, but at the same time you've got these characters doing good things, and because they're doing good things, it's simplicity done at its finest. Is that actions speak louder than words. You can say how much you like about a character and how likable they are, but it's the actions that mean a lot more. And so Julien Leclerc has done this in a very fluent fashion, is that it's not getting bogged down with melodrama, it's just going along at a very brisk pace, but at the same time, as I said, I'm gravitating to these people because they are likable. So the daughter is a beautiful young woman, but she treats everybody really well. And so again, that's the simplicity of behaviour. It's the simplicity of action speaking louder than words. I even thought the worker, who was a very troubled individual, he was trying to work hard. He was trying to get his life back in order, and I could tell that by his body language. And so in the first 5 minutes, you've got characters that I gravitated to, and I wasn't expecting that. And that was something that really excited me about this director, is that he's created something in such a short space of time that a lot of directors fail to do in a much longer period. So the overall cinematography was excellent. It really captures the mood very well. I thought the soundtrack was fantastic, and the moments of suspense I thought were absolutely brilliant. especially when Sayid is told what has happened, and he says, okay, well, the drug lord and his henchmen are coming. And when you actually hear him actually say that, all of a sudden the soundtrack cuts in, and the body language and the facial expressions on the characters, I could feel as though they are coming. You better be prepared. And so that created something of terror, or it was actually quite scary, and I thought that was really well done. And so there are moments in this movie that I just thought were absolutely fantastic, and I wasn't expecting that. So you got villains that are very cut and dry. It's very black and white as far as the villains are concerned, but you don't need depth and three-dimensional qualities in a villain, is because this is all about action, as I said. So it's about the good guys versus the bad guys, and I could really connect to the good guys. Therefore, I didn't want to see horrible things happen, especially Sayid and his daughter. So when the action starts, I thought the set pieces were very well done. This is a very brutal film. It was a lot more brutal than I thought it would be, so it does set into French standards. And I thought the ending was really, really good too. So surprisingly, I actually really, really like this film, is because it realizes exactly how to give you likable characters within such a short space of time, and that is down to the fact, as I said, it's actions speak louder than words, and it doesn't get bogged down in melodrama, and it wants to be an action film. It's a 75-minute action film, but I felt as though nothing was wasted. It's a really fun experience, and it's even more entertaining because of the fact you've got someone to root for. So the acting I thought was good. Nothing, as I said, it doesn't need emotional moments. It's just Sayid and other people doing good things, and then when the bad things start to happen, you just sit back and you enjoy all the carnage that Julian Leclerc throws at you. So this is definitely a director to look out for. I was really happy with what I got from Earth and Blood. I'm going to give this one 4 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.